Hi Aries, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I am going to be doing your July 2021 love and relationship reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will be listed and linked in the description box below. Now before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. Let's let the bowls sing as we see what the tarot has to say. Aries, July 2021, love and relationships. Aries, July 2021, love and relationships. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. And spirit guides, angels. Aries, July 2021, love and relationships. Aries, July 2021, love and relationships. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. So at the top is the energy that grounds us. The bottom is the energy that grounds us. So let's see what the cards have to say. We have the Hierophant, which is Taurus energy. Time frame April 20th to May 20th. If you're born on the cusp with Taurus, this energy is going to come out quite profoundly. Also, if you have Taurus energy within your chart, this is going to come out really intensely, which is beautiful, but it can also be a lot and can put you into a place of sensitivity, areas that you might not want to be in or you might find uncomfortable. So do be mindful. And then we have, the Nine of Swords, which makes perfect sense. We are crowned with the Page of Pentacles. We're starting off a journey of sensuality, and expression and deeper understanding of the self and the soul and what we love and what we want. And that's going to give us the world. It really is. Now, Page of Pentacles is also Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So enhancing the Taurus energy, but also any Earth sign is really coming out quite profoundly during this time. If it's in your natal chart, or if you have an Earth sign within your life, you're going to be learning a lot from this person, whether you want to be learning those lessons or not. So Spirit is really kind of taking hold of things. Let's look at the chakra energy. Aries, July 2021, love and relationships. Aries, July 2021, love and relationships. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Peace. I love that because when I was meditating and shuffling the cards beforehand, peace and love were just the two main things that kept coming up for this time. This is the crown chakra. And during this time here, Aries, what we want to be is crowned in peace, crowned in love, to be able to move forward in a sense of, this is my body, this is my soul, this is myself, and this is extraordinary. I get to be extraordinary. And that comes from a certain acceptance of who we are, where we're headed, the peace that we have within our lives, but the peace also that we want, the glimpses of peace that we've seen, be it within relationships, be it within loving ourselves, be it within, just the world in general. And those are going to be things that we're chasing during this time. We have to also be very mindful not to simply chase peace, chase an acceptance from others or chase something that feels completely unobtainable. This is something that is obtainable. It is something that is beautiful, and it's something that is closer than we realize it is. It then moves us to the energy we need to be mindful of during this time. What is the energy that Aries needs to be mindful of? July 2021, love and relationships. What is the energy that Aries needs to be mindful of? July 2021, love and relationships. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. The Princess of Pentacles, which in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck is the Page of Pentacles. So it's the prosperity that we're learning from. It's the desire to move forward. But it's also going to be that everything has to be grounded. Everything has to be able to be measurable. If it's not measurable, then it's not real. And that's going to be something during this time that we have to be aware of, because even if it's not measurable, it is most definitely real. And this is going to be an energy that we're going to be attracted to in people. Things have to be able to be won. Things have to be able to be seen or counted. And that's going to be something during this time that we actually find ourselves rebelling against. It's like, no, it doesn't have to be seen. It doesn't have to be counted. It has to be felt. It has to be expressed. It has to be from the heart. And that's going to be more for us during this time than anything else is against us. So coming to this with a sense of beauty, with a sense of acceptance, with a sense of this is me, becomes tremendous. Now, the Hierophant is the major arcana marriage card. So this doesn't mean that we are all getting married in July, because it just doesn't. That's just improbable. But it does mean that our relationships are moving to a deeper level. Now, whether that deeper level means with some people that we stop talking with them, that's up to where we are in these relationships. With the Hierophant coming forward, we need to be true to who we are. We need to be open and honest with what we love and what we want and where we desire being within our lives and what we desire moving towards. And this is a time where superficial isn't going to cut it. We want to go deeper. We need to go deeper. If not with anybody else, then just with ourselves, to say, what is it that I want? What is it that I love within my life? How is it that I get to move forward? And what's right for me? The Hierophant is sensuality and beauty and substance. And it shakes our foundation at times because it just needs to. It just needs to. It needs to do something extraordinary to push away the ordinary. And it brings us to the Nine of Swords. It has us facing a lot of insecurities during this time. Nightmares. What if I never? What if what I thought or how I thought my life would progress isn't how it progresses? What if I never have that family that I wanted or, find that love of my life? What if I never? Or what if it all falls apart? And I'm not saying these things to make us upset at all. What Spirit is saying is it's kind of like looking at the abyss and saying, I see you. I'm seeing the shattering of dreams. I'm seeing the hopes and the fears that die away. And you're not able to rob me of my life and my beauty and my purpose and my power because of fear, because of worry, because it so easily can. It so easily becomes this overwhelming force that becomes your everything, that is your everything. And now we're moving away from fear because we are seeing it, because we are understanding it. But if we don't, this fear and this worry, it becomes everything to us. And to live a life without fear, without worry, without heartbreak, without pain, almost becomes unknowable. And it isn't saying that everything's going to be good because, it's life. We lose something every moment, even if it's just that we lost a second or a minute. Or we didn't see the person laugh when they were laughing. We lose something all the time. But to be able to understand that and not be ruled by that becomes extraordinary. To be able to say there's more to me than meets the eye. This fear, this hurt, this disappointment, this pain, it isn't my everything. And it doesn't get to rob me of me. What I love most about this card is this person right here, pointing to her. It's like it's all your fault. And it will always be your fault. And doesn't it seem that way at times? Like it's just always going to be upon my shoulders. But the fact of the matter is, Aries, it's not. What we're going to see here is we're crowned with new prosperity, new wealth, new way forward, new seeds to be planted. And you might say, okay, well, this is about love and relationships. If this was money and career, I'd want to see Pentacles, And that's fair. The mind that comes in is the mind of doubt. But that's the mind of every single human being. If you don't have doubt, if you're not questioning yourself, you're not growing. If you think, oh, everything I do is just awesome, that's great, but that doesn't imply growth. So sometimes the people who are more tortured, you might say, to be kind of romantic about it, those tortured souls, or the people who question, the people who seek, they're the people who are growing. But also when we're in our happy moments, when we're embracing something beautiful, not to say, oh, I need more, not to say, oh, this can't possibly last, or, oh, I have to be tortured to be able to express what I need or what I want, or to be growing. It's like, no, let that part of us in. Let that joy, let that happiness, because we're growing the seeds that we need. We're growing who we want to be. We're asking questions here. We're finding out what's the part of me that I can't let go of. What is a sacred truth? We all have sacred truths. We don't see it as sacred. I don't know if it's because our world is cut off from the sacred in one way or another, if it's because we're just so busy and we're told to worship wrong things. Worship money, worship, success, worship, the way that we look together instead of the way that we feel together. And so here, it's like, what is it? What is the sacred that I'm bringing forward? What is the beauty that gets to come and be a part of me? And what do I want from my relationship? And what is based off of fear? Because sometimes, if we're honest with ourselves, what is it that I want from a relationship might not be what we expect it to be. What is it that I want within my soul, within myself, within my body, within my being? And it leads us to the world. It leads us to the world opening to us in a way that we hadn't expected at all. It's like, oh my goodness. Can I move forward this way? Can I be this person? Can I embrace this love? Does it get to happen to me? Or is it always going to be for somebody else? The world starts to open because we start to open to it. And it's not when I lose, 10 pounds. It's not when I find the perfect person. It's not when I, make these big revelations. It's now. It's now, and it's within me. It's not about the promotion, and it's not about anybody else. It's simply about ourselves and love and the relationships that we are forging on this earth, and that they're meaningful and important and beautiful and divine. So let's go deeper. Show me deeply, Aries, love and relationships. Show me deeply, Aries, love and relationships. These two, because they just kept on staying separate. And Spirit's like they stayed separate for a reason. It's the Ten of Wands and the Queen of Cups. The Ten of Wands are the burdens we're carrying, the passion that we're carrying, the weight that we're carrying, the everything that we put upon our shoulders. And it makes life so that we only see the dirt upon our feet. I mean, there's a beauty in that. There is a beauty in working so hard towards something that it becomes all-consuming. But to never see the sky, to never see the relevance of being and joy of self and beauty of expression, that is painful. And the Queen of Cups is water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. But it is also the sense of my heart coming forward. Now, if you're born on the cusp with Pisces, or you have water sign within your chart, this is going to come out very intensely. And so we have the earth sign energy that's coming of Taurus, but also just the earth sign energy that it's to ground us, to say what's sustainable, what isn't, but also to embrace our sensuality, to embrace our sexuality, to be able to say that there is meaning within substance. And that might sound like, of course there's meaning within substance, but that the substance, it weighs. So a lot of times we want to run away from it, but this is a time where we look at it and say, I'm not being weighed down anymore by denial, by hurt, by fear, by other people's dreams and not my own. Now is the time that I heal. Now is the time that I embrace love. And now is the time that I move forward in this love without giving me away. And that's important. Our subconscious chakra message is communication, the throat chakra. Communicating with ourselves what we want, communicating with others what we desire from life, but also to know that we're looking at things on a deeper level. It's just not going to be, the moving of lips that's important to us. We want substance. And the substance during this time and when we're connecting with people, we're going to connect with their auras. We're going to connect with their deeper desires, with their instinctual power. And this can be something that's very overwhelming because what we're seeing and what they're bringing to the table is not necessarily what they meant to. So it's kind of going to be seen as a superpower for some. It's like, well, how did you know this? How did you connect this way? How did you see this? And it's going to be, really frankly, it's like, how didn't you? And we're going to be connecting this way with ourselves, which is going to be harder than we imagine. To be able to connect with spirit, to be able to connect with our souls and say what I want and what I desire and where I need to be. It moves us to the energy that we need to be mindful of. And this is the King of Wands. We need to be mindful of passion meaning everything, because we can get very caught up in the passion, in the moments, in the extremes, in the fun of it all, but also in the intensity of people. And we can think, wow, that person's really intense. They obviously have answers, or they obviously care. But that intensity can turn into controlling. It can turn into, playing off. It can turn into manipulation, is what Spirit is showing. And Spirit is saying here to be very mindful of that. And be very mindful that just because they have this fire to them, just because they are intense or they've made it in one arena of their lives, does not mean that they hold the answers for us. And they hold the passion for us. Our subconscious energy that grounds us is the Four of Swords. We need to acknowledge the hurt and the pain that we've been through. We need to acknowledge the wars that we've lived through within ourselves, and to give honor to who we are and who we were within that time, and how it has made us the person we are today. To embrace that power, to embrace that insight, to embrace ourselves. And subconsciously, at the root of us, we need to take a bit of a time out and say, I need to connect with me. It leads us to our subconscious crowning energy, which is the Queen of Swords. Air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This energy doesn't play around. The Queen of Swords is the warrior queen. And so subconsciously, during this time, as we're crowning ourselves with the power of our knowledge, with the intensity of our soul, with the fight, with the wisdom that we have, and being able to see us rise higher and higher and higher because of it. This is a time where, again, we don't want the superficial. We want something deeper. And we're going to be going after something deeper, even if we don't know why, even if it confuses us, even if we're sitting there looking at things and we're like, but on the surface, it looks so good. And why would you want to ruin a perfect picture? It's like, because I need to have something more meaningful and more powerful. It moves us then to our subconscious deeper message, which is the Hangman. And this is a time where we see things differently than everybody else. Is it bad? No. Are we going to think it's bad? Absolutely. Absolutely. As it starts, we're going to think, oh my gosh, why am I seeing things this way? And why am I taking in this information? And who do I think I am? And where am I going? And what do I want? But there's going to be this need to look deeper and to not conform. And there's going to be a beauty within that. All right, Aries. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace love. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Aries.